Okay, looks like Nightbot is back. Gotta listen to Taruki again? No, no, no. Here we go. We need to get more people, we need to get more people to request songs and the like. Okay, now, I do know something that's gonna really mess up. Okay. $34,000 so far for this little SSTO. Okay, we have a control surface. We have a wing pattern that looks interesting. We've got docking port. I don't like how that clips, but I'm willing to ignore it. Okay. And... oh yeah, we need landing gear, quote unquote. Get this, raise this up just a tad bit. Okay, whoop. Alright, man, finicky. Come on. Okay, you can do it. I don't know how the camera got so ridiculous. Come on, camera. I snap it the way I want to. Alright. That ought to pull like a rusty shopping cart. And... fuel drains. It doesn't look like it changes all that much. Okay. Let's put, what we could do next is simply design a cheapo fuel station to put in orbit. Then see how far this kind of thing can go. Go. Fuel to the engine. Alright, in that regard. Save it and launch it. Why aren't you using landing gear? Because I don't want to, Oozy Monkey. Destroyer James, welcome to the stream. Alright. Plus, I'm trying to be cheap and technology efficient. I'm trying to build this with the lowest level of technology possible. So that's available earlier in my career mode save. Still wants to, well, that was fun. Still wants to skate around. The previous iterations didn't really do that. But yeah, I'm not using landing gear because that will prolong where it can be built on the career mode. That's the only reason. It'll make me buy technology that I don't want to buy. Okay. Come on. Here we go. Up into the air we go. Alright, it's not as maneuverable as the previous one was, but good enough for Kerbal work. Okay. Let's see what this can do. If the this saved any time. Run atmosphere analysis, sure. Ran atmosphere analysis, recording various measurements like temperature. Billy. Okay. All right, let's see if this new configuration can even make it into orbit like the other one could. I don't know how it would how well it will land. I think I need to put this landing gear, quote unquote, further back. Is what needs to happen. Okay, and this still costs around $34,000, which is pretty good. Pretty good. All right. Climbing pretty well. No, don't control from there. Oh, goodness gravy, no. Control from here. There you are. Okay, let's start our gravity turn. Alright, just barely going. But we're really gaining altitude and speed pretty quickly. We can go down just a little bit more in our angle of attack. Okay, we're really moving it now. We're gonna move it, move it. Okay. Probably move this down a little bit more in our angle of attack. Ooh, man. And we're going pretty quick now. Probably move down a little bit more. Angle of attack. Try to keep this around 100, maybe a little bit more north of 100, but all right. It's really, really picking up. All right. The stock is just a graphical mod. Stock or modded? It's stock. It's just a graphical. Yeah, it's a graphical thing. Wow, you all got to it before I could. And it doesn't have no gameplay influence whatsoever. This is what you would expect to see in stock KSP. All the stuff I have installed is just graphical stuff. I installed basically Proot's Renaissance Pack. So go to the Kerbal Space Program forums, you can see what that is. Okay, we can decrease the throttle a little bit. Still going rather fast and rather high up. I don't think the changes I made will adversely impact this at all, except it is kind of taking up a lot of the fuel. I may need to just add more fuel to this. Maybe double the fuel. Oh wow, we're practically... Holy cramoly. Finally it gave out, so... I'm gonna disable this engine. And turn on that engine, turn on those engines just a little bit. Let's see what kind of apparatus we got. We got pretty far. If I were a little bit more conscientious about throttling down that turbojet engine, we could probably still be using that right now. In fact, I'll go ahead and turn it back on. It is providing us some thrust already. Okay. Going really fast, but it's not going high enough. Okay, and that finally killed it. Honked out on us. Okay. Yeah, I don't know if this is really all that more fuel efficient with these other engines. Certainly not going to get us as high as we used to be. We'll have to bring more fuel, I think. Which is unfortunate. And see, we're going to be going orbital velocity and no quite be... Yeah, this didn't really save us on Delta V or anything. I mean, these two LV909 engines are nice. but if I'm going to be bringing more fuel, they might be useful. More useful anyway. Okay. 101 kilometers. Still haven't tested if this thing can land, but we want to. Okay, we basically said it can get to orbit. We'd feather the jet's thrust limiter and still run the rockets at 100%. Yeah, I don't want to run the rockets at 100% though. I want to keep them on low thrust as we get higher and higher. So let's go ahead and I'm going to peel these off. We're going to bring more fuel. Let's bring double the fuel this time. I'm sure this will have nothing to do with affecting our aerodynamics at all. Okay. That little further back there. Let's put the 909s on. Looking a little bit more reasonable as a spacecraft, I think. Still going to have those derpy. I'm still pretty insistent that we have these derpy girder gears here, because they ultimately are cheaper and do the same job. At least that doesn't look quite so silly. Alright. Let's actually do the staging right. Get the turbojet down there. Let's see if this can provide enough lift to keep us going. Save it, launch it. Oh, I mean, I keep rockets very low on SSTOs if I can. Like 25% throttle. Because I want to be going that fast. I don't know why it wanted me to do this scrolling thing. They want to be going that fast when, no, I just want to be going that fast when we... Oh, right. Derp needs fuel lines. I don't scale parts or any of that. I mean, hey, if they want to include that in the stock game, then I would definitely play with it, but I kind of like to keep it a little bit vanilla, simply because it's a little bit more. It's more challenging in a different way. I think the other mods that add challenge, in that it's more realistic, but I don't necessarily, in my opinion, I don't think that's necessarily much better. Okay, just gonna use torque to try to keep this on the runway, or else get this bird in the air as fast as we can. Okay, come on, you can do it. There we go. It does need to be going quite quickly in order to get out of the... There, okay. Does kind of have a tendency to pull up, though. Alright. We're probably also reaching the limits of what this turbojet engine can do in terms of max thrust to weight. I mean, we've got a lot of dead weight equipment here. Don't want to control from there, gosh darn it. Keep doing that. Got this docking port here that doesn't necessarily serve a purpose yet. We've got these heavier LV909s instead of the other Rocco Max 48Ss. And the Rocco Max 48Ss are pretty good in that they're pretty space efficient. Okay. Pretty weight efficient, I should say. Going 45-degree angle there. Try to get past the thickest, most drag-ridden parts of the atmosphere so that Don't have to deal with the drag so much. Okay. Let's see. I've got probably another half hour of stream time left, because I drew some serious aggro for skipping dinner the other night. I had way more people in here. I just kept streaming. But so I'm gonna have to cut it out for dinner, probably about half an hour. Just FYI, throwing that out there. It seems to be that prime time for KSP is prime time for like TV as well. I'll have to remember that. That I should stream this probably more at between 5 and 9 rather than between 2 and 6 Eastern time. Okay. I could probably start pointing this down now. Gain expeditious velocity. Right? Okay, we're dropping our vertical ascent speed a little bit there. Blazing Volk, welcome back. Okay. Try to fly a little bit this way. Try to keep its orbit as equatorial as possible when we get it up to orbit. Pretty confident it's going to get to orbit. But will it be able to do anything once it gets there is the question. And then will we be able to land? We'll try to land this thing. I think that'll be the mission. We'll get this up to orbit, see how much delta V or so it has when it gets there, and then we'll try to land this thing at KSC, and that'll be the stream. Seems like a good idea, and it seems like it's time to cut to, if I'm watching this on YouTube, it's time to cut the video here because my Twitch archive is running a bit long, so let's go ahead and stop the recording.